You're watching LMCC.
Hello fellow Long Lake residents, I'm Charlie Miner, Mayor of Long Lake. I hope you and those close to you had a happy and healthy 2023 and that the new year is off to a great start. I'd like to take a few minutes to summarize some of the things that occurred in Long Lake in 2023 and share some highlights about what is on the horizon for 2024. In February, your City Council approved the 2023 Pavement Improvement Plan, which led to a new parking lot at Nelson Lakeside Park and the adjacent boat trailer parking lot, as well as the repaving of the adjacent Symes and Mill Streets in the late summer. Summer brought Buckhorn Days in July and the Corn Days Summer Festival and Parade in August at the Church of St. George. They are both great community events, and we appreciate the Long Lake Area Chamber of Commerce, the Orono Lions Club, and the Church of St. George for all of the work they put into planning and hosting these great events. One great thing to report on that occurred in 2023 was the creation of a new city logo in June. We had a couple of versions of older logos and felt we needed a new single logo. Councilmember Gina Joyce and City Clerk Jeanette Moeller spearheaded the project and included many others in the selection process. The new logo is very reflective of our city, and a fun fact is that the black horizon line in the logo represents the actual view of the horizon from our fishing pier in Nelson Lakeside Park. We will gradually start incorporating our logo onto additional signs and materials. To coincide with the new logo, in December we introduced a brand new city website. The new website contains much more content than our previous site and in an easier to use format. Residents and business owners will find it much easier to navigate to find the information they need. It also allows for more comprehensive maintenance of public records involving the agendas and minutes of our City Council, commissions, and boards. Again, our thanks go out to City Clerk Jeanette Moeller for her tremendous work on this project. Long Lake is lucky to have a great group of volunteers in the Long Lake Garden Club. The Garden Club spent many hours over last summer in particular beautifying several public areas of our city, including our two monument signs along Conroe 112 and Fire Station 1 on Willow Drive. The Garden Club is headed by Anita Secord, and we thank Anita and all members of the Garden Club for their hard work, particularly on those hot summer days. If you're interested in volunteering for the club, please contact City Hall. There is terrific news regarding Long Lake itself that was shared by the Long Lake Waters Association in the fall. The carp population in the lake has been reduced to close to the threshold for which carp no longer pose an environmental concern to the lake. This is a result of a multi-year initiative by the Long Lake Waters Association, as well as the cities of Long Lake and Medina. We are thankful for the efforts of the members of the Long Lake Waters Association, as well as those who have donated to help improve the water quality of the lake. Those efforts have paid off. Without exception, the topic that is taking up the most time of your City Council and staff is the Long Lake Fire Department. The situation has turned into a court case known as the City of Long Lake versus City of Orono. This court action was filed by Long Lake on June 23rd and was the last resort after the Orono City Council, in a 3-to-1 vote, passed a resolution to take over control of Long Lake Fire Department Station 2 in Navarre, which Long Lake is contractually obligated to manage and operate through the end of 2025. Long Lake tried to avoid taking legal action by first having our legal counsel send letters to Orono in April and May warning of legal action. However, those warnings were not heeded. In addition, the Long Lake Volunteer Firemen's Relief Association, which represents the over 40 Long Lake firefighters, sent a letter to the Orono City Council ahead of their decision-making council meeting on June 12, 2023, asking them to not vote for any accelerated timeline that would in any way dismantle or separate the Long Lake Fire Department prior to the end of the existing contract, but the Orono mayor and 2 council members voted to do it anyway, and that vote led to a sequence of subsequent events in 2023. In July, a Hennepin County District Court judge ruled in Long Lake's favor by issuing a temporary injunction against the City of Orono. The judge ruled in Long Lake's favor in all aspects and ordered the City of Orono to cease several actions they had been engaged in. Among other findings, Judge Miller ruled that Orono has competed with Long Lake for scarce firefighting resources in a rush to set up its own fire department early, while the parties' contractual relationship remains ongoing, and those actions in some cases directly violated the contracts. Judge Miller expressed concern that Orono's actions, if left unchecked, would hamper the Long Lake Fire Department's ability to protect the citizens it is obligated to serve, and ordered Orono not to recruit Long Lake firefighters, interfere with the work of Long Lake firefighters, or hinder Long Lake's use of either fire station. Long Lake was hopeful that Judge Miller's order would have an impact on the actions Orono had been taking to hinder the operations of our fire department and our firefighters. However, it did not take long to learn that would not be the case. We learned of violations involving the recruitment of several Long Lake firefighters to work for the Orono Fire Department for when it plans on serving approximately 1/3 of southwestern Orono on July 1st, 2024, plans to build an addition or accessory structure onto Fire Station 2 without Long Lake's consultation or approval, as well as the Orono Mayor and Fire Chief attempting to intimidate a Long Lake Fire Department Deputy Chief in order to bolster Orono's recruitment of Long Lake firefighters. We brought these and other violations of Judge Miller's July order to her attention, and on November 21st, she responded by issuing an order for contempt against the City of Orono. This was an astonishing development that generated significant media attention and is the first known case in Minnesota history in which a city has been held in contempt of court. What began with the City of Orono not adhering to the terms of the 2002 contract and related addendums our two cities, as well as Medina, are part of, has turned into the City of Orono disobeying the orders they have been given by a district court judge. Orono was paid to pay all costs and attorney fees incurred by Long Lake in bringing our motion for contempt, and ordered that further violations may result in issuance of a bench warrant or other contempt sanctions. In addition, the judge ordered both parties to appear before the court for a hearing to decide, number one, whether Orono's Station 2 construction plans are likely to hinder the Long Lake Fire Department, and number two, whether the hiring of Long Lake firefighters to begin working for the Orono Fire Department has hindered or will hinder the Long Lake Fire Department within the meaning of the court's order. That hearing was just on February 1st, and several witnesses for both cities testified in a nearly day-long hearing. We will now await the judge's ruling, which could include additional financial penalties and sanctions for Orono. This continues to be a very unfortunate situation for our community, and most notably for the firefighters. There is both a local and national problem when it comes to recruiting and retaining paid-on-call firefighters, which are sometimes referred to as volunteer firefighters. Splitting from one fire department covering our area to two has and will create many public safety problems for our community. The trend is for fire departments to merge and combine resources, not to create new fire departments. In fact, on July 1st, 2023, the Loretto and Hamill fire departments merged to become the West Suburban Fire District. And there are now discussions about the Maple Plain Fire Department potentially merging with the West Suburban Fire District. The Long Lake City Council remains committed to a sustainable fire service model for our city and to partnering with other cities for fire service. Our offer to the City of Orono on January 27, 2023, around 1 year ago, in which we are willing to be in a partnership model with them, remains on the table for our city. That proposal would create a structure similar to the highly successful Excelsior Fire District, in which the fire department would report to a board of representatives from each city instead of to one particular city. We do not expect that 4 out of the 5 current Orono City Council members will ever change their minds, and that they will continue to try to build a simply unsustainable model of fire service in their city. Long Lake, and I know the firefighters, are very appreciative of all the support that has been given and expressed by residents from all of the cities served by the Long Lake Fire Department. From yard signs to words expressed at fire department events, it has gone a long way. Throughout the situation, Long Lake has strived to keep all residents of the Long Lake Fire Department service area informed of all available information on the situation, including court filings, letters between the cities, and media coverage. I encourage you to visit our city website and click on the Fire Services Updates and Information tab for more information. I have found that residents, no matter what city they live in, who have educated themselves on the topic are much more aware of the serious issues surrounding this extremely important public safety issue facing our community. Despite all the distractions that this very unfortunate situation is causing our fire department, the members of the LLFT continue to proudly serve our communities. In March, we hired a new fire chief to replace our former chief when he was hired by the City of Orono. Chief Mike Highland joined us after an over 30-year career at the Excelsior Fire Department, where he served as their assistant fire chief. Chief Highland has made an immense impact on improving the morale in our fire department, with improving the relationships our department has with surrounding fire chiefs and departments, and we're starting a duty crew program that has led to firefighters being on standby at the fire stations, particularly during business hours. One of the highlights of 2023 was seeing the Long Lake Fire Department in action, conducting a training exercise in May in which they performed a controlled burn down of a home in the Hackberry Park neighborhood of Orono. It was impressive to see how well trained and methodical our firefighters are when it comes to combating a house fire, and I would like to thank the LMCC for making such a terrific video of the event. Switching gears a bit, in December the City Council approved the 2024 budget and levy amount for property owners. The tax levy for 2024 will be $1.5 million, which is an increase of 12.14% above the 2023 levy amount. The increased amount will go towards expenditures such as annual increase related to police protection services, capital improvements to our public works facility, staff salary increases, and increases in health insurance costs for staff. However, we were able to keep the tax rate the same as in 2023, or 33.43%, which is the lowest it has been since 2010. As we head into 2024, a change I want to mention is a switch from quarterly to monthly billing for water and sewer utility services. Other cities have been making this change as well, and there are several reasons for doing so. For example, it is not uncommon for a home to have a constantly flowing toilet, and with monthly billing, homeowners can notice a change more expediently and fix the problem. In addition, monthly billing is the common way other utilities are billed, and it helps with budgeting home expenses on a more regular basis. If you have any questions about this change, please contact City Hall. Well, thanks for spending some time with me today to learn more about what happened in Long Lake in 2023. I wish you a great 2024, and I hope to see you around town.